Is this a New Bedford problem, or is it a problem we see all over the state and country?
I believe it's becoming societal, to be quite honest with you. But our concern right now has to be our district, because our job is to educate these kids and do what's right for our students. Right. And we want to do that. But we're feeling as educators that we're not able to do that. We have students in our building that have psychological issues. They have major behavioral issues. And it goes on daily, weekly, throughout the year. And there's nothing that we can do. We just keep placing them back into the classroom. I had a student say to me just last week about another student who was out of the building for one day for something that had been done. And this student said to me, how many times does somebody get suspended and then shouldn't be here anymore to disrupt the rest of us? That came from the mouth of another student. It's a small percentage that we're talking about that need to be placed in alternative settings. Now, we're not saying at all, throw these children away, which is what sometimes people perceive that as. We're saying, place them in a site that can assist them and help them with what they need, and then have them work their way back into the classroom.
Don't we already have alternative schools, though, Trinity and Whaling City?
Unfortunately, when it comes time to place a student in one of those two facilities, they are constantly at capacity. So what they have to do is they have to resubmit the students back into the classroom.
What are some of the things that are going on in the school that should concern parents?
Well, it affects all students' learning. Right. It affects the learning of every student in the classroom.
Are you looking for specifics?
Yeah, I think so. Like, have there been attacks on teachers in this school year?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
You're looking
I myself was assaulted by a student, and she is still in the school.
No, she just left.
Oh, she was just placed?
Left.
Okay,
Yep,
that's
just
news to me.
Yep.
But I filed charges, not because I was physically injured, but just for the point of it, because so much goes on that is not reported to the police, because they're told not to do anything about it. That's a policy that's been put in place. We're trying to keep all the reports down so the schools don't look bad, because it will make the paper. It's very frustrating, because the next day that child was back in school. Didn't have to come and apologize, didn't have to do anything to get herself back in school, and she assaulted a teacher the day before.
What did she do?
She shoved me into a glass door and grabbed and ripped at my scarf that was around my neck. All because she was caught skipping class and had already told a teacher, I'm not sure how to say this, to blank. So this teacher asked me, because she's like a specialty teacher and kids didn't really know her, to go into the bathroom and address the situation. I went into the bathroom, and all I heard from the bathroom down to the office was that I was a fat, ugly bee, that I was effing this and effing that, and it was just out of control. And, I kept my cool. I walked her down to the office. Then she tried to bolt right out of the office, and I said, you can't go anywhere, and I stepped in front of her, and I said, you can't go anywhere. So she tried to go around me, and I stepped again to the side. That's when she took me, and she shoved me into a glass door and grabbed at my scarf and said, get out of my way, you blankety blank. Yep. I knew that this kid was one that would run out of the school, and that's really why I stopped her. But later on, when that same child was with an assistant principal at the time, she took off on her, ran out of the building, ran smack dab into the mirror of a bus, and slid under the bus. This happens daily. It's not, oh my gosh, did you hear what happened? It's, what's happened now.
All right, we got to take a break, but when we come back, I want to get to, you guys had another story of yet another teacher attack that happened just 2 weeks ago.
We'll hear that story next.
Plus, let's talk about solutions. What do you think we can do to fix this? Coming up next, Fun 107.